Welcome to the AARDY.com YouTube channel for travel tips, and today's topic is jet lag. Well, we have some excellent advice from our friends at the CDC about jet lag. Those of us who travel across time zones may have experienced the joy that is jet lag, and it can be quite debilitating. At Aardvark, our personal experience of this comes from years piloting aircraft across the world. Our CEO, Jonathan Breeze, is a former Royal Air Force pilot and NetJets captain. Jonathan will share some of his advice at the end of this article. Now, jet lag can be a problem for travellers who are crossing several time zones. Although it is not a serious condition, jet lag can make it hard for you to enjoy your vacation for the first few days. For business travellers who may be expected to travel long distances and start work immediately after arrival, jet lag can affect mood, ability to concentrate, and physical and mental performance. Fortunately, you can take steps to minimise the effects of jet lag. Before you travel, exercise, eat a healthy diet, and get plenty of rest. A few days before you leave, start going to bed an hour or two later than usual before travelling west, or earlier than usual before travelling east, to shift your body's clock. And break up a long trip with a short stop in the middle if at all possible. Now, during travel, avoid large meals, alcohol and caffeine. Drink plenty of water. On long flights, get up and walk around periodically. And sleep on the plane if you can. And after you arrive, don't make any important decisions the first day. Eat meals at the appropriate local time. Spend time in the sun. Drink plenty of water and avoid excess alcohol or caffeine. And if you're sleepy during the day, take short naps, 20 to 30 minutes, so you can still sleep at night. And talk to your doctor about taking medicine to help you sleep at night. Now back to Jonathan. The challenge that we face is getting our bodies used to an adjustment to the length of the day. We all experience this twice a year when the clocks change. There is often a feeling of disconnection as our bodies adjust. Well, this is our circadian rhythm. These rhythms are beautifully adjusted to a more or less 24-hour day. Any day more or less than this seems to cause a problem. Now, which is worse, a short day or a long day? Strangely, perhaps, most of us seem to adapt better to a longer day, the equivalent of staying up for a few extra hours. Think about it. It is easy to imagine staying up until midnight or 1 a.m., perhaps even 2 a.m. But now I ask you to go to bed a few hours earlier than normal. So go to bed at 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. Most of us cannot sleep at all and spend the evening willing ourselves to fall asleep. So if a long day is preferable, then flying east is easier for most of us. Flying east means a longer day. Fly from New York to San Francisco, your normal wake-up time of 7 a.m. is 4 a.m. in San Fran. Your normal bedtime of 11 p.m. is 8 p.m. in San Francisco. It's easy to see that this is not really a problem. Just get up a little earlier and schedule your day to finish by 8 p.m. The real problem comes when you are moving from east to west. The person who wakes at 7 a.m. in San Francisco is asked to get up at 4 a.m. in New York. Very difficult. At 11 p.m. in New York, our San Franciscan feels like it's 8 p.m. Certainly not a time for bed. So jet lag, how do we solve this problem? As is often the case, time solves most problems. Our bodies tend to be able to adjust to a maximum of 1 hour disruptions time zone per day. So our traveller from New York to San Francisco will be fully adjusted in 3 days. We have to be patient with ourselves. So can I solve the problem faster? Now, this is clever, so concentrate. Our New York traveller heading to San Francisco wakes at 7 a.m. every day in New York, which is 4 a.m. in San Fran. 2 days before departure, she stays up an extra hour and wakes an hour later, 8 a.m. New York, 5 a.m. San Fran. The following day she wakes an hour later, 9 a.m. New York, 6 a.m. in San Fran. On her day of departure to San Francisco, she wakes at 10 a.m. New York, 7 a.m. San Fran. She is now in San Francisco time before she leaves. We can apply the same process when heading west. We get up a little earlier every day and go to bed a little earlier. It takes some discipline, of course, but it works like a charm. So can I make the problem worse? Well, it's easy to make a problem worse. In this case, people heading west get up early for a flight. No, totally wrong. If you are getting up earlier for a flight to the west, then you are adding to your eventual jet lag problem, and that's not smart at all. Heading east, sorry, but you don't get a lie-in at the weekend. Every extra hour you spend relaxing in bed is going to hurt your transition to a new time zone. So, question, can I just ignore it? Well, this is a pilot trick that works very well. If you are only going to be in the new time zone for a few days, then simply ignore it. Stay on your old clock and follow your normal routine. When I used to head west from Europe to New York, I would simply get up 3 a.m. New York, 8 a.m. London, go to sleep 8 p.m., which is 1 a.m. London, and never adjust. This requires high levels of discipline, but is perfectly functional solution to short-term time zone changes. No jet lag at all. Safe travels.